Hey everyone, welcome to God, Food, Wine, episode number 2. I'm here with Miss Amy Love, and we are on location in Healdsburg, California. We are drinking. Who is this with us?
This here,
Ferrari Carano.
Ferrari
Did
Carano.
I say Ferrari?
I like the roll on the tongue.
Is it Ferrari?
This
Yes.
is the 2021 Ferrari Carano Fumé Blanc, and it's one of my favorite wines from way back. So I was really excited when Krista had this wine for us today.
It's very delicious. So I encourage all of you to pop that bottle, grab a glass of wine, and join us as we talk all things God, food, and wine.
Cheers, Krista.
Cheers, Amy.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. So today we had a picnic set up for us, and it was set up so beautifully by Allison at
Picnic Potential.
Picnic Potential.
Look at this.
Yes,
Beautiful.
it's so beautiful. There's a charcuterie board, flowers, this beautiful layout. We have little cushions to sit on, and it's lovely. It's so nice to not have to set all this up ourselves.
I agree, and I love. Krista was just mentioning the birds in the background when we were off camera, and just like, where are we? We're just in this beautiful setting here in Healdsburg.
Healdsburg is a gem. So if you haven't been out here, I recommend that you come out and visit, because pretty much every season is a great season to be here.
Yes.
So
yes, we live where people vacation, so I feel pretty blessed.
it's amazing. And there's great wine.
Yes.
Yeah. So Amy, can you tell us about this wine? Because you are
let's
our
see.
wine expert. So
Fumé Blanc is actually Sauvignon Blanc.
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
How do you store it if you have a bottle?
I would store it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
If you have a wine chiller, actually would be the best at 55 degrees, but storing it somewhere cool.
That's 55, y'all.
And just, chill it beforehand. But really just pop it in the refrigerator. This is a wine that's meant to be enjoyed now. So put it in your refrigerator and let it come up to some sort of a room temperature, just so it's not too cold. Like, this is the perfect temperature.
It's
you can
delicious.
really enjoy the flavors. And Ferrari Carano you just went to Ferrari Carano, actually.
I did. It's a gorgeous winery. Oh my gosh.
It's in
Healdsburg. It's right up the street.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Which is Dry Creek.
Dry Creek
Dry
Road.
Creek.
Yeah.
So how was your experience?
Oh, it was lovely. It was so beautiful. I mean, it was raining, which was nice because we need the rain in California.
Thank you, Lord.
But I went with my father and my husband and my mother, and we had a charcuterie board like this and some wine, and we did a tasting, and it was fantastic. And there was this beautiful fountain and a gorgeous garden, and the grounds were green and manicured, and there's this beautiful how do you like this beautiful garden that we didn't get to experience the fullness of because it was raining. So I hope to go back sometime soon so that I can walk through the garden. But fountains and what have you. So we picked up this wine because it's delicious. It's buttery and it has a little bit of an acidic taste at the end, but it's not overwhelming, which I'm sensitive. I don't like the acidic taste at the end there, but I do like the buttery, and it's a little sweet but not overwhelming sweet. And I feel like a lot of times whites can be overwhelming in their sweetness, right?
Yes. Well, there's sweetness, and then there's the fruitiness, which can be kind of conceived as sweetness.
Okay.
So sometimes you might on your palate have that overwhelming sense of fruit forwardness, which is lovely.
I love that.
Not every palate wants that. Some palates like something that's a little bit more mineralistic, more has a backbone, that's where the fruit supports some of the earthier mineralistic flavors. I love the Fumé Blanc as well because of what you just said. It just has it's very smooth, but it's rich at the same time. It's got great acidity. Let's see.
It's well balanced. Is my experience of it.
Exactly. It's well balanced.
Yeah.
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 I get some melon in there.
That's what it is.
Green melon.
It's melon. Y'all, it's melon. I would recommend this for like a spring or summer afternoon. I mean, it's great here. We're
a
in
picnic
we're
with picnic potential.
Yes. A great pairing with the charcuterie board. So I'm about to consume some bruschetta with this delicious cracker.
Do it. Do it.
And then I want to get into this box.
I do too. I can't wait to unveil it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it amazing? What did you have?
The bruschetta
Okay.
with the cracker.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Mm.
This here, the prosciutto.
What do I call it?
No, I think you said prosciutto, but I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that's
Prosciutto.
Okay, I'm trying it. Cheers, y'all.
Okay, let's dig into this box. So this is beautifully wrapped. I see some cookies and a salad. Oh, I'm so hungry. Some things in jars.
Yes,
This is beautiful.
they're so pretty. Last video we talked about what is your flavor love language.
Yeah.
Are you really attracted like to the nose of food and wine?
Perhaps.
Like I notice like your sense is you have a really good sense of smell. I notice just being Krista's friend for over 10 years. I just realized you do. You love to.
I love to smell things.
You love to smell
I
things.
think I picked it up from my husband. Honestly.
Wow,
He
you're already into the
definitely-
box and I can't even untie the
Oh
twine.
my gosh, Amy, get
Story
in
of
it.
my life.
Get in it. It's wow. This whatever that pasta is, it's
It
amazing.
looks amazing.
Okay.
So back in the day, do y'all remember the Sony radios? They came in all colors. They were like purple, pink, turquoise, and they were little boom boxes for your room. I was like 12, and Santa brought my sister and I the Sony boom boxes that we wanted, and I wanted a pink one. I think she had a purple one. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't remember, but my sister had it out of the box and playing, and I was still unraveling it just like this.
I am like your sister.
Anyway.
This is true.
Yeah,
So
that reminded me of that.
that's you just savor things.
Wow,
Amy.
look at
Okay.
this is so cute.
Aren't the jars adorable?
So this caterer, we will be tagging and mentioning in our Instagram and YouTube channel. So Instagram at god.food.wine and our YouTube channel god.food.wine. But I believe it's called Preferred Catering.
Preferred catering. That's a lot of salad.
That is a lot of salad.
And you know what? I saw some cucumbers and
this
something
looks
else.
amazing. We have chips. We have
I love this idea.
dressing to go with our salad. We have
Sandwich. Oh,
the
pasta. The
which
pasta.
you said.
Yeah. Oh,
And we have a beautiful baguette
yeah.
sandwich. So I highly recommend Picnic Potential because Krista and I were personally saying that we were very excited that we didn't have to work at all of this setup.
Well, and it's so romantic. I mean,
It
it's not that
is.
expensive. They come to your location of choice in Sonoma County, and they will set up the picnic. Allison is amazing. She's
Yes.
so sweet. She's so
Amazing.
wonderful to work with, and she put this all together in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked out, we were just amazed,
Mhm.
and it's full of character and just love, and it's really
Lots of
cute.
love.
So we're gonna definitely use them again, and we highly recommend them. So we're gonna pause this video so we can eat a little bit, and then we'll jump back on in a little bit.
Okay,
All right.
cheers, y'all.
Cheers to you all.
I'm gonna drink some bubbly now from Sophia.
Oh, all right.
Cheers.
Get in it. Cheers. Goat cheese. Whoa. Goat cheese. With some honey and lavender. Here we go. I'm just gonna
Go,
pour it
Krista, go.
straight from the
Go,
jar.
girl.
Here we go. One more time.
Oh.
Lavender is all
Okay,
mine.
I
Here
just
we
have
go.
to say, this is for Sarah. You know who you are.
Sarah.
All right. She loves honey on cheese.
Yes, she does. That's finger licking good. Okay, here we go.
I'm
Oh,
gonna try this. You make me want to try
Amy,
this.
it's so
girl.
good.
I'm going
It's
in.
so good.
I'm going in.
Here we go.
Well, that didn't work out too well. There we go.
That's so good.
It's so good.
I never
Can
thought
have
to put lavender.
Oh, there
No,
it
you
is.
just gotta pour straight on.
Got it.
The lavender on top of the honey.
I love
No, it's the lavender honey though. That's the question.
honey on cheese.
It might be, but then they put lavender on top of it, and it just
That sounds so good.
with
Come
the
on,
goat
baby.
cheese. It
Come
draws
on,
it all
honey.
together. Oh,
Come on, honey.
mwah.
Pour out. There we go.
That is delicious.
Thanks for opening that up. You know, I never really think about putting honey on my cheese, but
Oh,
go for
so
it.
good. Okay, so Amy, tell me about some of the stuff you wanted to talk about today.
So good.
You were mentioning different love languages last time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming today is going to be more about love. So it's
Yes. So as I digest that,
called it
honey.
Amy in Love. They always go together. That's why she's my Amy Love. You all can call her Amy Love too. That's not a real name, but it kind of, it suits her. Okay.
It has everything to do with love because God is love, right? So
This is true.
I was actually praying about like what to talk about today, and God was just sharing with me that he's love, and so there's never like an agenda with God. There's never this expectation. He's never disappointed with how things turn out. He is a loving God, and he just loves this. Like, he loves being with us. He loves just talking and being in relationship with us. And he likened it to, if you're married, you and your spouse are one, and no one has the same relationship as you and your spouse. Like, that relationship is between you and your spouse,
This is true.
nobody else. And
So you should not polyamorous. Yes. This
yeah,
is true.
it's true, right? And same with our friendships.
Yes.
You have friends that each friend you have a different relationship with because of the uniqueness of that person and you and how y'all camaraderie together, how you are friends together. So God is the same way. There's no cookie cutter God. He is in relationship with us differently, uniquely, because of who you are and who he is. So if anyone tells you that you're supposed to have this certain type of relationship with God, I'm just here to tell you that's not true.
Not true.
You are the only one. That's like someone saying you need to have this type of relationship with this person, or with your husband. Y'all should be doing this, not that. No one has authority to really say that, because you didn't make the covenant with that person telling you that. You made that commitment with the person you married, or your friend, or family member. Does that make sense? Just that, like, there's a uniqueness and there's a freedom. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. So there's a freedom in your relationship with the Lord, and I just love that about him. I have to share a story about that, actually. So when I first really started going just crazy for Jesus, just crazy in love, falling in love with him, through an encounter that I had with him, which I'll share at another time. The testimony, the story that I have is that he just radically encountered me with his love. And back then I was looking for love in men, through men. I wanted that radical love. I wanted that beautiful love. I was just looking at the sources that wasn't ever going to fulfill me. I was looking for my source to be men, and and who I was dating. Like, it was like I was hungry for that love, but I I didn't realize really who it was going to come through. And
Totally.
Jesus encountered me in a really radical love, like a love relationship would be in the world, but meaning like I could just feel the romanticism is what I'm trying to say.
Season. I remember the season of your life. It was beautiful. You really were. You were walking around and like, and you still do it to this day. I'm in the kitchen with Jesus. We're talking, you know, like Jesus, tell me about this and that. And, you know, it's, you have this relationship with Jesus and with God and the Holy Spirit that's very different than mine, you know, because you're like sensitive in this sweet romantic way. Whereas I would say God doesn't, we just don't have the same kind of relationship. So I don't hear him in the same way. I was like, yeah, I should add like this spice to the cooking, or I should remember to bring the decanter to the wine event, you know, like these little details where it's like, my relationship with God is different. And so I totally understand what you mean when you say that, because, and I remember that season, you were totally in love, which was, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It still is.
It was mine, it was his. But I didn't know that some people in the world were making fun of my love relationship with the Lord.
Were they really?
Yeah, and it's fine.
I didn't know that.
I have no offense on that. I was just observing, like, wow, they really don't understand this, and that's okay, because just like, you know, people might not understand certain relationships in the world. You know, it's really not ours to judge. It's between that person and that other person. So, I guess the reason I was sharing that was that no matter how your love relationship is with God, it's yours and it's unique and it's beautiful. And I just cheers you to that. And now that I'm married, you know, with a wonderful man, love you, honey. Jesus talks to me differently. Like I get encountered differently now because because I went through a healing with the Lord, and then I was able to marry, and now I'm in a union with someone who has his own love relationship with the Lord. So now I'm getting to know Jesus in a different way than I did just being single. So it's really neat. It's like, wow, this is it's dynamic, right? Just like our relationships change in life, right? We can have these lasting friendships, but we have seasons where we have this season, and then we're in this season, and then that season. They're all good. They're just different. And so that's what I wanted to share.
I love it. Thank you. Cheers to that.
Thank you for sharing as well. Is there anything on your heart?
Well,
today?
I just want to include the audience here that if you would like to share how God talks to you and in that intimate way, you know, if you can relate to Amy's story at all, we'd love it if you would comment or share, or you can even privately message us, because we'd love to connect with you on that piece. I think what I'm just getting about all of this is how fantastic it is to be doing this again with you, Amy. It's been a while.
Last February.
But you and I did an event recently. It was our our very first God Food Wine event. If I should say paid event. Is that okay to say? Because we've had a lot of events, but this was the first one where we were actually paid for our services. So, and it was a lot of fun. We went to San Francisco and we got to open that bottle. So Open That Bottle is a special event that I'm gonna let Amy share a little bit more about, but when you're done, I have some things I want to say about our experience. So Amy, tell everybody what tell everybody what about Open That Bottle, and then I want to talk about our time there.
Okay. All right. Well, I actually had never attended an Open That Bottle event. Just a short backstory on Open That Bottle. It was created by a couple, Dottie and John. I don't remember their last names, but they were wine journalists for the Wall Street Journal for many, many years. And they created Open That Bottle because they had gotten so many questions through the Wall Street Journal customers, like, when should I open this bottle of wine? Or, I have this 10-year-old bottle of wine. When is the best time? They kept getting this question over and over and over again.
My father gave me this bottle of wine before he passed away, and it's so special to me. But I keep thinking of the perfect time to open it, and I just can't find the right time. And
Yeah.
so when should I do it?
Exactly.
And you know what? Open that bottle. Is that time?
That's right.
But we kind of had a different experience at this event.
Yes. So open that bottle is about opening the bottle now.
Yes.
And they created this event, and the event has gone global. It's actually usually celebrated in February. There's like actual like global day for open that bottle. Yeah, it's like the last weekend of February, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something for that.
For sure.
That'd be fun.
So our clients, they hosted an Open That Bottle this month, and it was spectacular, where they each brought bottles from their cellar or bottles that they were collecting or had been given as presents, and it was phenomenal.
It was a lot of fun. Now, there were a couple of things that went on there that, like, not being a wine expert, observing you as a wine expert, I just had a lot of questions. So, first of all, pardon me, I'm still digesting my food.
I'm loving this prosciutto over here.
It's so good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we had a couple of bottles that were.
Do you want to have it with me?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. So one customer or guest or gentleman, he brought a bottle of wine that he had said he hadn't taken care of, and it was like a 32-year-old bottle of wine, and he was like, I don't know if it's gonna taste good. I don't know if we can open it. It might be too oxidated. It might be destroyed, but he didn't really have a story to go with it that I could recall. Do you remember the story?
Okay, I'm trying to remember. So this
It
was
was
a
in
32.
1992.
Yeah, good memory.
Yeah, it was in 1992 because it was
Fabiano Merlot.
so good.
It was good. It was a Merlot that was 32 years old, and it was preserved in a Magnum. No, it wasn't. It was not preserved in a Magnum. Magnums usually age longer, but it was in a 750 milliliter bottle, just like the Ferrari Corona.
But he said he didn't like refrigerate it or anything. He just kind of like left it out, right? And he moved it quite a bit with this bottle, and I don't remember why it was so important to him. But what I do remember is watching you try and open this bottle of wine, and I was so grateful that you knew what you were doing, because I was sitting there like, I don't know, man. Like, I would just push the cork in and let it do its thing.
Well, eventually we had to do that, decant it.
But you decanted it. So why did you decant it? Like, that's a question I have. Like, being somebody who doesn't really care for taking care of my wines, and you're teaching. Amy is educating me on how to care for my wine. So, like, I actually refrigerated this properly at 55 degrees before today happened. So, there are certain things that you want to do to take care of your wine, and and then this guy didn't even take care of his wine, but we were still able to truly enjoy this wine. It was my favorite wine of the night.
Yeah, I think it was everybody's.
I think it's because of how you took care of it. So or how you opened it and then served it. So can you tell us all about that?
Sure. Well, I do remember the gentleman saying, I have no idea if this wine is going to shine tonight or not, but I guess he preserved it enough that it actually was a talk of that night. People were talking about it, and so I used an Osso, which I don't have one with me today, but it has a longer prong and a shorter prong.
Okay.
And you basically put the longer prong in the cork, and then you attach the shorter prong and you rock it back and forth,
so it's just like this, like wiggling it out of the bottle as opposed to just straight corking it.
Right. As you rock it, you're
twisting it too. Okay, you're rocking.
It takes practice for sure.
Well, I mean, you spent quite a bit of time on this.
Yeah,
you kept going
still
back
didn't
to
work.
it, and still didn't work. Now, why is that? Like, what happened to the cork?
The cork was it was so moist. I didn't get a good grab on it, so I just pushed it in and I decanted it right away with a filter so that it would be removed from the cork that I just placed in the bottle.
Okay.
And then at that point, I wasn't sure, when you decant an older wine, it can actually spoil the wine quickly.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually better if you can pour an older wine, if you can preserve the cork, get the cork out of the bottle, pour it out of the bottle into your glass, a little bit into your glass. That's the best way. And you can actually filter it. You can put a little filter over your glass and just, filter it over that.
Okay.
Because with an older bottle,
Yeah.
the aromas can move away quickly. Quickly.
Really?
So,
Really?
Because, it's been in bottle for 30 something years. So, but it didn't do that. So it actually shined. It all night. It still tasted good.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
I was shocked.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was
Fabiano Merlot 1992 vintage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I highly recommend
So that was a gamble. I didn't know.
But I was really impressed. And then you also quickly. So let me explain the situation for our viewers for a moment. We originally thought that people would be bringing their wine and we'd tag them, and then they would share the story about the wine. Kind of.
Right.
Like with an audience, right?
Right. We thought it was going to be maybe more of a presentation of each wine by the person who brought it.
But like most wine connoisseurs, people showed up with their wine and then they were ready to drink.
They were ready to drink. It was more.
Right,
It was beautiful.
Great. It was
we
great.
were like, okay, we're going to change lanes. We're not going to.
Everybody was ready to socialize and to enjoy the wine
Mm-hmm.
and like have the conversation with the individual if they wanted to.
It was perfect.
So it ended up being a beautiful, beautiful situation. But what you did, that like me being, a newbie to all of this, I'm watching Amy and she's like uncorking all these wines and she's lining them up from, whites to reds and really trying to organize the situation here. And you were coaching me on knowing like which wine to open at what time because it needed a certain amount of time to aerate, right? And so that all goes into play here as well. So what wines do you recommend like opening first if you do have a variety like that?
Right. We didn't know what wines, like you said, were going to be there that night. Yeah. So we didn't have, 30 minutes prior to put them in categories. And so we did it on the fly and it worked out. Let's see, that night there were Chardonnays, Pinot Noirs, a lot of Cabernet Sauvignons, red blends, let's see, sparkling wine, which we served first.
And that had to be chilled for...
Needs to have a little bit of a chill on it so it's doesn't taste flabby.
Flabby, I love that.
Yeah, I call it flabby.
Flabby, so tell me about that.
Tastes a little flat, like... when you have a sparkling wine chilled around 45, 50 degrees, it just sparkles, it shines,
But like in the mouth.
In the mouth, exactly.
Sparkles and shines
on
in the
the
mouth.
palate, exactly.
I can just see that. Okay, so if it's not at that temperature, it's flabby.
You can taste it. It just, you can't get the flavors on your palate as much.
And then what flavors are you typically looking for in a bubbly?
Well, in a bubbly, you want vivaciousness. You want it to shine. You want it to be uplifting.
Kind of like a party in the mouth. Like,
exactly.
Woo! Like, hey, I'm getting that bubbly. Yeah. Okay.
Nice
I feel like I need to have my bubbly now, but I still have some of this in my glass. Since we're talking about it.
So actually with Sophia, you could even...
Can I?
You can.
Just drink it from the can?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's a picnic.
It's a picnic. I'm not a huge fan of drinking out of a can, but let's try this. Okay, I'm going to try it.
Pour this into...
No, I'm going to try it, though. I'm going to try it.
Try it. See it.
Okay, because you're drinking bubbly. And we're talking about bubbly. So let's do this. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like a little party in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having a picnic and you don't have any glasses, the Sophia is a California carbonated white wine, it says on the back. It's Francis Ford Coppola's daughter. I think we've all heard of Sofia Coppola. Yeah. Amazing screenwriter.
It just like, it starts at the front of the mouth and it just like moves its way back. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So at a picnic, it's totally fitting to have sparkling wine.
It just reminds me of like confetti and balloons. Speaking of, I don't mean to totally
Do it.
this, but if you look in the basket over there, I have some confetti. Okay, let me find it.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so this is really exciting, y'all.
It looks like a pill bottle.
It does. It does.
Wait, how much of this do I take?
Well, let me read the instructions. Okay, so this is a CANFetti. CANFetti. So I recently got to photograph at a CAN event, and it was so fun. And they sent me home with this little party basket, and this was in there. And I want to share it with this with this bubbly.
Yes,
because it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, so here are the instructions. Throw a pinch of confetti into the air every 24 hours while reciting a positive affirmation out loud to the universe.
I want to do it.
Repeat until it becomes your reality. And then,
okay,
here's the warning. There is a warning label on here. This is really cute. Side effects may include manifesting your wildest dreams, pure joy, and immense gratitude.
Oh, I love it.
I'm ready.
Want some.
Are you ready?
You go first.
Okay. Oh man, what's my positive affirmation gonna be though? Okay, and this CAN is set up by Hillary.
Should we sprinkle it?
You can find her on social media. Oh, this is like a big moment here.
I know. I'm like, where am I gonna sprinkle it?
Oh,
I don't want to sprinkle it over there.
I'm gonna sprinkle it over you. Okay, what's your okay? Your
No,
positive affirmation.
You sprinkle it over you.
Okay. I just gotta think of a positive affirmation. There's so many.
Let me think.
Goodness and gratitude every day. God, it's my mouth.
I love it. You're now a glass of bubbly.
Okay.
Okay. Can I take some?
Yeah, you do it for you. I think I might do another one.
Okay.
Oh, it got on my food.
That's all right. Okay. So a positive affirmation.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
You gotta say it out loud.
The joy of the Lord is my strength.
Come on. Okay, and then over God, Food, Wine, His banner over us.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this with you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
His banner over us is love. Okay, I think we need to end the night with this.
I love it. Okay, beautiful. Oh, that was fun.
That was amazing.
I feel better.
I got the side effects here. Joy, pure joy, and immense gratitude.
I like it. That's awesome, Krista.
I love it.
I love that.
Thank you, Hillary. Okay.
That was beautiful. So, Krista, you are just beaming with joy. Isn't she a glass of bubbly right here? I'm just saying. Every time I'm around Krista, I feel joy.
Oh, it is my middle name.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Your middle name.
Yeah, you did.
It's been a while since I've thought about
I'm
that.
covered in confetti. No, me too. This is amazing. Yes. No, thank you, Amy. This is so fun.
You are just sparkly joy.
I didn't mean to totally divert from what we were talking
That's
about.
okay.
I do feel like I need to take a minute.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that I radiate joy. Thank you. I received
welcome.
that, and I admit that. Okay, and you.
I'm gonna have another glass of that for Toronto.
She's radiating beauty, this vintage beauty, isn't she? Like she just walked out of a Jane Austen book. Yes, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so yeah,
maybe we should share a little bit about like what God Food Wine is, and like
so people understand what we are.
Yeah,
who we are.
Let's see. We met in 2010.
Yeah, in the fall.
We started out just doing this.
Yeah. But it wasn't. We had to do all the work.
Ooh, we have pies too. Behind us. We have pie.
I forgot about the pie.
I do.
Oh my gosh.
This is all so good.
Okay.
Go, girl.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So God Food Wine started 10 years ago. No, it was more. It was more than 10 years ago.
I always say 10 years ago.
But I wasn't married.
Okay, you've been married for
10 years.
Oh, okay. So 12 maybe?
No,
it would be 12.
It was 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years ago.
Yeah, because I went traveling before that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And I met you, and you got me a Bible, a Portuguese English Bible, right before I left. And I was like, darn it, I'm leaving, and this amazing woman just came to my church, like, I'm going to actually have a friend, and you were so classy and beautiful. And I was like, oh,
I
darn.
loved meeting Krista. We met at church.
We did. And then I left for 3 months to go do overseas missions as well as like humanitarian work. So then I came back and I was delighted to see that you were still attending the church because it was such a small church.
Very small.
So you never know if
And
somebody's
wonderful.
gonna stay back. Yeah. So anyways, Amy, you tore your meniscus.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
tore my meniscus and I was on, 6 weeks of non-weight bearing assignment, which I disliked because I was working for Southern Wine and Spirits and I was moving and shaking with that team because you're always moving and shaking at Southern Wine and Spirits to get stuff done. And I had just started with this team and so yeah, I was really bummed out when that happened. But that's actually when I started writing again. And my first writing was on just a small God Food Wine blog, WordPress blog. And my first writing was called Putting My Best Foot Forward. And Krista was part of that story because the story was inspired by our time together. And so the Lord gave me a title, Putting My Best Foot Forward, which meant to let people help me. And Krista was amazing. She was coming over to clean and vacuum my house, and I was really uncomfortable with that. So
Because she tore her meniscus, she couldn't walk.
I couldn't do anything,
So
and I
I'd
wasn't
pick her
real
up.
good at receiving help at the time.
I'd pick you up, I'd take you to church,
Yeah.
I'd bring you home,
Yeah.
I'd vacuum your living room,
Yeah.
and then you'd feed me this delicious goat cheese pizza with wine and chocolate. And I was like, yeah,
I was like, I want to feed her
Easy
something.
like, I'm down. Of course, I'll vacuum your house every day. Anyways,
Vacuum my day too.
I can vacuum your day and clean up all the garbage that goes
There you
on.
go. Exactly.
Spiritually speaking.
But that's how God Food Wine began, because Krista, after she vacuumed my floor, we were sitting down and talking and having the pizza and the chocolate and the wine, and we got to talking, and God encountered us through that. And Krista says, "Oh my gosh, we need to share this with the girls, our girlfriends."
To share this with our girlfriends.
She saw what was going on. So that was my personal encounter with it.
No, it's great.
Of that time with you. Thank you.
That was Amy's perception of what happened. This is my perception of what happened. Okay, so here's this gorgeous chick who comes into church and she's like, yo, you're about to leave to go to Africa for 3 months. You need a Bible. Guess what? I got a Bible, but guess what? I ordered it and it's not going to be to your place until like the day you're supposed to leave.
I remember that.
Let's pray to holy God above that it'll show up. And I was like, who is this Southern Belle? And gosh, I hope that Bible shows up. Is she legit? I don't know. But she was, and she is. And I still have that Bible to this day. It's really beautiful. I'll show it to y'all at some point. Actually, it's on the table right over there, but I'm not going to get up right now because
we got our mics on.
Yes. So then I'm gone. I go do my thing. I come back and here's this beautiful babe still here at church. Why am I talking about you like that? I don't know, because I got this flow going on. So here you are, shining like you do. So do you all see this halo with the glitter going on here? I don't know if you can see it the way I see it, but I see it and it's here. And it's beautiful. So she tore her meniscus at work and she's like, I can't really walk. And I'm like, oh no, guess what? I can. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to help you out. So I come over to her house. I'm like vacuuming, and she has these cute cats. And like,
oh, Bacchus and Vino.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, they were so cute.
But rest in peace.
I
those
know.
little kitties. So, anyways, so Amy's sitting there, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna cook you up a little pizza, cornmeal pizza, and I'm gonna put a little bit of chocolate on the table, and I'm gonna put some wine out there at Gert's demeanor. And you know what? Little did she know, that was like my dream journal date with Jesus. I was like, my dream date is to go on a little picnic, and I want this kind of wine, and I want this chocolate, and I want strawberries, and I want something delicious to eat. And
Look at this.
bam! So this is why.
And we do have chocolate in the form of chocolate
Strawberries
chip
are always
cookies.
welcome. I actually have chocolate in the kitchen I meant to bring out, and I didn't.
And we have chocolate chip cookies.
And we have chocolate chip cookies. And we got the vino.
Oh.
And we got the cup of tea. And we got the spirits, and it's good. And then we were sitting together, and the Holy Spirit showed up as we were praying, and we were like, you know what? We gotta share this with others. This is so good.
Yeah.
And we're like eating and drinking and like sharing chocolate and strawberries. And God and Holy Spirit showed up, and we're like, yeah, women need connection like this. And so we invited our friends to join us in this
we just
communion.
we met at each other's homes. Every week we were all single back then, and
for like
a lot more time, no kids.
Yeah.
Every week we were meeting for 2 years, and we were just meeting. We were bringing food and wine, and it never was planned. It was like, just bring whatever's on your heart. There were always strawberries on the table, always.
And those are key for me. Oh man.
Not because anyone planned that, it just always happened.
Yeah. Somebody always had it on their heart to bring strawberries.
There was a lot of emotional healing going on, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter.
A lot.
Just very organic. And that's when I realized that the Lord is all about love and just loving on one another. And, you know, He loves to be with us. And He loves what He created us, so He knows what we love already. So it's just, He gets delight in His children as they play with Him. And that's what we were doing at God Food Wine.
It's true.
And still are today. But
well, now we get
it's
to
neat to the nostalgia of it all. Here we are having a picnic again, and actually on the way here I thought about that. I was like, God, Krista loved the picnic. Like, her heart was for a picnic back in the day. Like, you were like, give her this, give her this, give her this, and she had asked for this in her journal. I'm like, how sweet is it that we're having a picnic today together? This is a full 360 right here. I feel beautiful. Like it's like He's just saying, remember when and remember now.
Remember when?
Yeah.
Yes. Amen. And I love it.
I feel like this is for you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. I feel like this is a gift from the Lord. Like, He's recalling to your heart that desire of that intimacy with Him. So I really feel this is for you. Like, we're doing it together. There's something special about this for your heart, though. Yeah. That's what I'm sensing. I mean, I just go with my flow. If you sense, I don't know. Just feel a lot of love for you today.
Special. So special. The fact that you stopped and got these amazing strawberries from the farmer, and strawberries aren't even in season.
I know,
there's still a guy out there.
Good.
There's still a guy out on the corner selling strawberries. Like,
that's what I thought. I was like, it's November. Thank you, God.
And I thought to buy some last night, and then I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
God didn't forget, and then He reminded you. He's like, "Oh, Amy, go pick up the strawberries."
No, but I wasn't even pick up the strawberries. I was actually driving to Krista's house.
He's like, strawberries.
The stand was right there, and he goes, stop and turn and get the strawberries.
Aww. This is huge because
very spontaneous.
Are so symbolic to me, like so symbolic to me, and in the beginning of my marriage with Paul, and God Food Wine was key in that, and just how God was talking to Paul. So my husband and I were living in completely different towns. We were about like 4 hours away from each other, and unbeknownst to me, God was talking to him about like his future wife and how she would be like God's, not little, but like God's strawberry, and she'd be sweet, and she'd bring him joy, and people would just kept giving him strawberries.
Oh my God!
All the time.
Oh wow!
And then here I am over here.
I remember that.
No, and here I am over here. People would be like,
I didn't remember that.
People would be like, I brought strawberries because God was just telling me that you're like a strawberry. And then somebody put strawberry shortcake on my seat, and they were like, you're like, it was Sarah. She's like, I just sensed that God was saying like you're his strawberry shortcake. And
yeah, and I when I stopped over, he's like, get the 3-pack of strawberries for Krista.
Oh.
So yeah,
So it's so precious. So special.
So see that he
sacred.
talks to our
Thank you.
own hearts. Like that's the love language that Krista has.
Okay, it's a little strange to be so vulnerable on
No,
screen, but
you
it's
have-
good.
That's,
It's
that's
good.
your
It's
love
true.
relationship.
It's
The
true.
strawberries are something that they share together that's unique to them.
It's special.
Well, thank you for sharing it on
And
screen.
it like goes back even further, but it's good.
Yeah.
Me and strawberries.
Thank you, Lord. Wow.
Special treat right here.
Wow.
I call it nature's candy.
Yeah, it really is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're. Oh, Krista.
It's so good. But I was gonna say, I love that the table has been extended. The table has been extended out beyond our borders.
Mhm.
And so I want to give a shout out to our viewers that are overseas, to our viewers that are over state borders,
Yes.
to Jenny in Indiana. Thank you for your support
Awesome
and
white
love.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of the community that I have around the globe that is watching this. So thank you so much. And I know you have community around the globe as well. So
Yes, I just say I love you to my family, my friends, and my friends in Texas, my friends here.
yeah, thank you for sitting and enjoying this meal with
Nikki.
us. Oh, girl, I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you.
You keep shining. And Heather, girl.
Heather, this sip is for you.
Yeah. Bubbles for Heather.
I finished mine in honor of you.
And
Love you,
to
girl.
the rest of you that have been a part of God.food.WINE throughout the years, thank you for supporting us. We love you. We see you. We appreciate you. We pray for you. We contend for the greatness of God in your lives. And even though we don't meet like we used to, we are still here. And,
Yeah, we're still sisters.
We are still sisters. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's a white dove flying up above right there.
Absolutely. And a black cat.
And a black cat.